back. See that bad boy? That says Terminator X with transmission control, self-learning, EFI, 3.5-inch color touchscreen. This is $2,100 packed into one box, but the amount of technology that's in this box is insane. It's like out of this world. 10 out of 10 on packaging. So everything's labeled, ignition, VSS, CTS, cam, you name it. It's all labeled, it's all there. This is my main harness. This is my injector harness, boom. This is what makes it the X Max. This is the trans controller and speed sensor. So this is $700 extra. You can get this bad boy for I think 15 or 1600 Canadian, maybe 1400, don't matter. But just to run the motor. But because I have a 4L60, this has to go in there. I need this transmission harness, Terminator X touchscreen, which will go into the dash where my RPM gauge is, because that's the only thing that won't work. But there's an RPM gauge in this, plus every other thing that I want to watch on the motor, right? So anyways, this bad boy's sick. Start putting this stuff back together. I'll actually start wiring it today sometime. So my ignition is already done and all that good stuff. And then I got another package as well. Package here. He's like, you're gonna like it, it's a big one. I like the big ones. See this sucker? This thing is bad ass. The angled output here, dual pass, 3.5 inches thick. Probably not even gonna need a fan with this sucker. Quick overview here before I get going with the standalone, and yeah, so fuel system is done. Obviously that 180 I was talking about, I haven't hooked up the back yet, but everything's plumbed, ready to go. The intake's going to be coming off, seals are going to be going on. My injectors are in with my ICT billet spacers. That's to allow me to run my truck injectors. Yeah, so this bad boy, this is my homemade throttle cable and cruise control bracket. I didn't have it gusseted before, so I went ahead and gusseted in the center there against each other. So I mean, it's pretty heavy duty now, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't have to do that because it was already solid, but I mean, she's built to last, right? So I mean, the last thing I want to be worried about 10 years, 15 years down the line is throttle cable bracket. Boom. Anyways, enough with pumping the throttle cable brackets, tires there. Power steering is done ski. I went ahead and built a high pressure line out of compression fittings and 6, are they 6? I actually don't even remember what size they are, to tell you the truth, but I just cut down the original and got the hose ends crimped, and then the other sides for the hard lines, they are compression style. So you just tighten them up and they're tight. That's the pressure hose there. The low pressure or the return line doesn't need that. I am going to go ahead and place that hose, the return hose. So anyways, enough about that. Power steering's done. The starter's in. Its ignition's already wired. I turned the motor over, just whatever, just to trace everything back and get the park brake grounded. Original auto. What else? So I am going to be starting on the standalone harness and getting that on the go. Shout out to Eric at Novak. He normally, like, he'll get back to me within like 2 hours. Any questions I have, email him. And a question I had is, which is the shortest or best starter to go with? And he went ahead and recommended the 05. So I found one of those from SGI Salvage here in Saskatchewan. Picked one up for $50. The things are like, looks like brand new. It turns that motor over, like it sounded like it wanted to fire up when I just jogged it, right? But anyways, I'm gonna start on my standalone harness. Fuel system's done, ready to put fuel in it, ready to pressure test the lines once that back line is hooked up. But like I say, I'm gonna tighten down that intake and get all that good stuff done. And yeah, maybe by the end of this video, I'll be starting this bad boy. Stay tuned. She's getting late. I'm gonna end her off here for tonight. Got a good start on the wiring. Got everything ran back to my fuel pump. Everything over to my 12-volt battery, and it's just more or less organizing and whatnot. And then tomorrow I'm gonna start on my transmission harness. Get that all lined up. I got my shortened drive shaft. That's my rear drive shaft. Boom. It's super short now. It kind of looks funny, but you know what they say. Anyways, I'm gonna call her a night. Obviously, I'm tired. Shout out to Marsh Nasty for giving me a hand tonight. Appreciate it a lot, buddy. Pepsi. Highly recommend. Bought this tool when I had a broken manifold bolt on my 6.7 Cummins turbo, and haven't used it since. So, snazzy little tool. Time to drill a hole in the firewall.